In this week's program, we're visiting with Fisheries Division Chief Greg Power, and we're going to talk about the new 2026-2028 fishing guide and a few new regulations starting April 1st. Also, anglers will need a new fishing license starting April 1st, and those can be purchased starting on March 15th on the Game and Fish Department's website at gf.nd.gov. I'm Mike Anderson with the North Dakota Game and Fish Department. Greg, how often do we change regulations in fishing in North Dakota?
Right. North Dakota is a little bit unique. That way we don't change our rules every year. It's every other year on the even numbered years. So effective April 1st, 2026, not only do you need to have a new valid fishing license, but there are a few rules that have changed, a few of our regulations. So I urge everybody to go to the fishing guide and get reacquainted with that.
Greg, let's go over some of those changes. There's some changes for using suckers as bait in North Dakota.
Well, suckers were at one time an illegal bait to use. We're making them legal again on the big waters only in North Dakota. That'd be Sakakawea, Oahe, Missouri River, Audubon, Devil's Lake, and Stump Lake. Suckers, live white suckers can be used effective April 1st of this year.
And why do anglers like to use white suckers?
Suckers are a desirable bait for some, at least, to catch big fish, and in particular big walleye. They think or know they need to have big bait to go out there and catch big fish. Pike a little bit, but it's more about walleye. And currently we do allow crick chubs, which is a big bait, very good bait to catch big fish, but they're hard to come by and they are also expensive. Suckers will give them an alternative out there. I should warn everybody again, just because it's legal doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be available right away. It's going to take a while for the wholesaler bait vendors out there to catch up, start producing, find a market, and then the retailers. So it may be a couple years before they're really common again as bait out there.
Greg, what are some other changes that are occurring here in the next 2 years?
Well, one thing is we're going to again allow something we did 3 decades ago, is salmon snagging. And this is in particular in the bays in the lower third of Lake Sakakawea. You can go out and snag again. The season will run from September 20th to the end of October. Daylight hours only, so sun up to sundown. Otherwise, it's the same limits. Everything else applies. And not only snagging, but they can also spear or archery. We'll have an archery season also. So just more recreational opportunity out there.
And so these salmon are going in the bays, spawning out.
Well, exactly. Salmon are going to die anyways. The Pacific salmon, Chinook salmon in our case, are terminal species. They go, that once they reach sexual maturity, either as 1, 2, 3, or 4-year-old fish, whenever it is, they go through the motions of spawning, then they'll die out. So, for some people that way back when, they used to like doing it, and if they're still around today, they can do it again.
Just creating opportunities.
Creating opportunities.
Some changes to dark house spearfishing.
Dark house spearfishing, again, we've had a season since 2000, so 25, 26 years now. And from the very beginning, one thing you had to do if you dark house spearfish was register online. It was free, easy. The reason for that was that it gave us that database that we could then base our surveys. We didn't have to survey all licensed anglers. We'd have immediate capture of those people that went out dark house spearfish, and we could survey them. Over the 20 plus years, I think we've learned pretty much what we needed to learn as far as harvest size.
Okay, another change, white bass.
Right, white bass. Not many lakes in North Dakota have white bass, maybe a dozen or so across the state. Populations are strong, pretty much throughout wherever there are white bass. And it's certainly that we could have a little more harvest. There isn't a lot of people that target, especially residents that target white bass. But for those that do, right now the current limit is 20 daily, 40 in possession. Effective April 1st, it'll be 30 daily, 60 in possession. So again, more recreational opportunity.
Okay, let's move on, Greg, to some of the fish populations in North Dakota. Overall, how are fish doing in our state?
We could go back and look maybe at an interview you and I did a year, 2, 3, 5 years ago, And it's pretty much the same standard response my end. It's a broken record. Thankfully, we're still in good shape. Our fish populations, pike and perch are down a little bit from the heyday for sure. We're still working on some of the panfish, centrarchid, bass populations. I wish they'd be a little stronger, but overall they're in good shape. And of course, our walleye, I think every year statewide are probably at or probably breaking records most every year. Our lakes are in great shape. One really upside is 3 years ago right now, we're discovering how many lakes we had winter kill. I believe there are 60, 70 lakes suffered serious or total winter kill. Every one of those lakes now it's been 3 years, so we've been able to grow those populations, and now we're probably without fail catchable populations. So we've added a lot of lakes. We're right at that record 440, 450 fishable waters scattered across the state. So, and then water level wise too, on top of that, we're doing pretty good shape. We always kind of smile a little bit, all these small lakes, we're doing pretty good shape, but the ones that we're kind of concerned about were Devil's Lake or the Missouri River system. Devil's Lake here the last month, as you get into spring, has a very good snowpack. We expect there might be some good runoff there. And the Missouri River system, I wish it was 10 feet higher, but I think we'll be okay for access and fish populations in Sakakawea and Oahe.
Greg, every year we stock catchable fish, we stock fingerlings. How is 2026 going to be?
It's our requests right now are very similar to last year. We hope to stock, again, given success at the 2 federal hatcheries at Garrison and Valley City, somewhere between 9 and 10 million walleye across the state, somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million pike, our normal trout, pretty much our normal trout stocking, salmon, pretty much what we've been experiencing the last few years. One thing that's a little bit new that we started last year at Valley City is raising channel catfish. And hopefully we can get about 15,000 young ones stocked into some of the Lake Lamores or Ashtabelas and stuff of that nature. They had success last year, and there's some promise there.
Greg, over the last decade, we've tried to create a lot of shore fishing opportunities as well. Explain some of those.
Yeah, it's, times have changed, the society's changed, there's a lot of things going on out there, competition and so forth, and we know that, and North Dakota, is no different than the other 49 states in the Union. We're slowly becoming more urbanized, and we've put an emphasis on when and where possible in any community that's willing to work with us to try to develop a community fishery. And typically they're very small ponds, acre or two maybe, and then we'll go out there and create some shoreline fishing opportunities, maybe a fishing pier if it gets established, and then we stock them with, if we can find them, we stock them with catchable fish right away, so anybody can enjoy it, but in particular the kids can go out there and catch a trout. And trout is something we've been doing from day one. That's nothing new, but in the last 10 years, the guys have really, really worked hard in the spring of the year in lakes that we have excess, and we've been able to move a lot of channel catfish, adults now, channel catfish, pike, bluegill, stuff like that, and stock them. And it's kind of an immediate fishery, and it's, they're not all home runs, but for the most part, it's been met with a lot of enthusiasm locally.
So anybody can go fishing then?
Yep, and we see, depending upon the community, we see some real interest in a lot of these fisheries, and it's been very successful, to the point where sometimes we wrestle with, can we keep finding enough fish to stock, catchable fish to keep up with the demand.
And if you want to venture out, we have some great resources on our Game and Fish Department website.
Yeah. It's not only the community fisheries, we're somewhere in the neighborhood, what we call community fisheries, about 50 of them truly scattered across the state. But you can find every one of those 440, 450 fishing waters right on the Where to Fish. Go to the fishing tab on the Game and Fish website, and then go to Where to Fish, and it's kind of one-stop shopping there.
Okay. Greg, you can start buying your new license March 15th on the Game and Fish website.
Correct. Yeah, March 15th, the new fishing license become available, and they're good for the whole next year's fishing season. There has been a slight increase in prices. People will see fishing up. Basically, all our license went up some, but they're still very, very affordable.
Okay, so it should be a good year.
Should be a very good year, yes.
A lot of great information, Greg. Thank you.
You bet.